prices to suit your budget. For an appointment, call Reflections at 226-0175. Yes, okay. Well, we were talking about the November 6th elections. There's one issue that's not going to be on the ballot this fall that a group of people hoped would be, and that's legalizing marijuana. With me is Mike McHaney from the Alger County Hemp Coalition. Mike, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
We've communicated quite a bit through Facebook and emails, but nice to meet you finally. You were trying, you and others, groups trying for the advocacy of legalizing marijuana, tried to get this on the ballot. You fell short in signatures.
Yep, we sure did.
You indicated that you learned some things in that process.
Yeah, we sure did. We learned that there is a definite difference between going in the voting booth where you're private and no one can look and signing a petition. We assumed because of the 63% turnout that we'd have no problem with this petition, but we didn't realize that a lot of people are afraid to sign a petition. It'll get around. Somebody might see their signature. They could lose their job.
Yeah.
And that paranoia worked against us.
Yeah. There are still negative connotations to drug usage, marijuana usage, and legalizing it. So these are all the things you're up against. Let's talk about the medical marijuana issue. In our last election, the state of Michigan legalized medical marijuana. And that's an issue that you tell me some of our elected officials and appointed officials are trying to chip away at that law. What's going on there?
Well, they're constantly doing our Attorney General seems to be doing a Swiss cheese attack against the law. And one of the main points that they're trying to do is to give up the list, to give up the names of all the growers, caregivers, patients in the area and turn them over to the DEA, which is a violation of the HIPAA Act at the very least, and will definitely bring retaliation on us. Yeah, and all we're trying to do is help the economy out, and this guy wants to shut us down.
That seems to be certainly against the spirit of the law. The people of Michigan voted for this. You would think that our officials would try to make this work as opposed to ending it.
Certainly,
yeah.
Certainly.
Now, medical marijuana, it's still not widely accepted as far as, everybody across the board saying yes, medical marijuana. Is there empirical data and evidence to prove that marijuana does affect medical conditions and is a good source of pain relief and recovery and treatment?
There are plenty of testimonies that people can find on the internet, but one of the biggest problems with research in marijuana is because of the federal scheduling. It doesn't allow research on that marijuana. People in Israel have been studying the effects of THC on brain tumors for a long time and have come up with all kinds of data. But oddly enough, you don't see a lot of it published here.
Yeah, I see a lot of references to treating cancer with marijuana products.
Certainly. Tommy Chong just went through, I believe it was pancreatic cancer, and fixed it using a substance called Rick Simpson oil, which is basically concentrated marijuana.
Whether that's true or not,
right?
Why not try it? It would be my position. You said there's a piece online called "Run from the Cure," very instructive piece. If people want to watch that,
very, and it even shows you how to make Rick Simpson oil yourself. He's the guy that has worked with it for a long time and is willing to give it away.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, Mike. The other part of this is this just this movement to legalize marijuana for medicinal uses? Is this just a smokescreen, pardon the pun, to just make marijuana legal for recreational use?
I think eventually, when public opinion changes, yes, it will be allowed for recreational use. I do believe that. I don't want to lie about that. And I really quickly, I want to talk about that. One of the things that the Marquette City Police mentioned last time he was on Channel 6 was that there is an issue with recreational users. I agree. It's just how you deal with it. I actually calculated up, I believe it or not, at one time I was a recreational user before I developed a medical condition. I could spend roughly, just to make the figures easy, $50 a week, which when you add it up, winds up being $2,400 a year. Now you take that times the 133,000 medical card holders in the state, we're up at around 300 million. Now like I said, I believe there's four. For every one medical user, there's four recreational. That's $1.2 billion, and I'm rounding down.
Yeah.
$1.2 billion that we're letting slide right out of our community that we could be using to help our schools, fix our infrastructure.
In other words, taxes on this product.
This is money we're throwing away, and worse, we're spending money to do it.
Yeah. Take it out of the black market community and make it a legal substance so that it can be taxed and regulated and controlled. Let me ask just a basic question about it is why why is there such an insistence on making this product illegal when it's something that we can just grow in our backyards and smoke in the comfort of our own homes if we so desire? Why is people so much against it?
I think a lot of it is the same concerns that were in 1937 when they were afraid that it was threatening the textile industry and therefore outlawed hemp and cannabis at the same time. I think somewhat the same thing's happening now. Some of the people we see donating to anti-marijuana candidates are pharmaceuticals, for one, and the Michigan Beer and Wine Wholesalers Association. And they know there is something to lose. You would not spend that kind of money. Colorado lost 10% of its alcohol sales when medical marijuana came in there, and they know it.
Yeah. Does it lead to other drugs? Is it a gateway drug?
It becomes a gateway drug when you take a commonly used substance and put it in the hands of drug dealers. If we were to outlaw coffee tomorrow, in 2 weeks, we'd have the same thing. We'd have a lot of us going to our neighborhood dealer looking for a cup of coffee because we know it's harmless.
Yeah. So basically what we're doing is taking a product that people like using and turning them into criminals.
But yes, yep, putting them in jail, ruining their futures. We'll put them on food stamps and welfare the rest of their life by ruining their record.
Yeah. You're going to try to get this on the ballot in 2 years again. You're going to look for signatures, for complete legalization.
You bet. We can't give up. And we're working with other groups in the area, like the Coalition for a Safer UP in Escanaba and Michigan Normal. We're going to get it sooner or later.
Okay. All right.
It's all a matter of winning the public opinion.
Well, we'll let the public decide on it. Hopefully you're able to do what you need to do to get this done. If medical marijuana is working, I'm all for it. Mike, thanks for what you're doing for this, and thanks for coming on.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You bet. All right, stick around. When we come back, a person of interest. Don't go away.